Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Claire Francis. Today your thoughts might not be with autumn. We're actually having a heat wave here in the UK, quite a long heat wave, and you know what it's like in this country. We hope for nice weather in the summer, and then when it comes we moan that it's too hot. But it is quite hot in here today, so I'm not going to be talking too long. Let's get on and see what happened when I went on a shopping trip to M&S. Now, I was on the lookout for some trans-seasonal sort of things to take us into autumn, and I've had my eye on a couple of pieces that have just come in, so I wanted to show them to you as soon as possible because they are the sort of items that probably will sell out. So let's have a look at what happened. Here we are going into medium sort of size Marks and Spencer's and having a look here at the models as soon as we go in there. Let's see what's on those models. Well, we've got that blue dress that I've shown you before still there. That's more of a summery item really, I think. But you can see the brown and the cream is coming through with those trousers there. And you can actually see on the picture there, it's actually a set. Then we've got some jeans and a nice brown shirt. Looks quite nice, might try that one on if I can. First thing that actually caught my eye was this pink skirt. Because it was so bright and it sort of contrasted with everything else there. It's a sort of fluid viscosy sort of thing. £45 is the price. Nice fabric though, nice and flowy. Quite like that, not necessarily the colour I'm going for. Then I spotted this nice little vest top, which is sort of a ivory with a little grey tipping there. I thought £15 was quite a good price for that. Might be a useful little layering piece there. Then looking around, there's quite a nice little short-sleeved blazer there. I thought that looked quite nice. Probably not so suitable for autumn. Then I spotted this blouse. This looked quite nice. It looked a bit like faux suede, but when you got close up it wasn't. That was, I think it was £36 that. Thought it was quite a nice little tie detail there. That could look quite nice with some of those trousers in the autumn. Next item I found was this brown pattern skirt, a little bit of a nod to sort of animal print, elasticated waist. That was £36, which I thought was a reasonable price for that. That would have gone with some of the other brown items that I saw in store. Don't know if I actually tried that one on. Trench coat there, the normal M&S trench coat is the same price as last year's, £79.50. Then I spotted this little sort of spot print viscose type skirt, elasticated again, nice and flowy. That was quite expensive, £46, but the fabric did feel really nice, a sort of crinkled texture there. I think I did try that one on, I'll show you that later. Then I spotted a couple of other accessories that would have gone with the brown theme. We've got this bag, which I have actually seen before, a sort of slightly puffy style bag there, which was £39.50. It does have a gold chain, I think, inside it there. And I also spotted these dark brown suede shoes. Now, they're not ballet flats. They do actually have a little heel, so they're £50, which was not a bad price. And you can see the little heel there. It's about 1.5 inches. Yeah, nice shoe for autumn there. I think that's going to be a key piece. Then looking at those trousers we saw on the model there, cream brown pattern trousers, £39.50. However, they're pleated. I don't think they'd really suit me, and to be honest, the pattern is a little bit too out there for me, I think. Then I saw these jeans. They're very similar to ones I had earlier in the spring, a lighter colour with the turn-up hems there. Didn't look at how much they were actually. Oh, and then I spotted this brown dress. Now this is a style that's very on trend with all the young influencers. It was £36, so a good price. It's a drop waist dress, and you can see there it's sort of a crew neck, so not sure what it's going to look like on. You can see it was on the model there. I think that's going to be very popular with some of the younger shoppers in M&S. I'll try it on and see what it's like on a slightly more mature figure. Then we had some accessories and bags and things that I had a look at. So you can see there's that sort of cowhide print bag there, £35, quite a nice tote bag. What else have we got? Oh, some leopard print there. And then this really nice suede tote bag, the dark brown there. That price was £39.50. Thought that was quite a good price for that. I think that's going to be quite an on-trend item. Felt nice when I tried it on as well. Then having a look around, quite a few different coloured bags as well, quite a few khaki bags there and some black bags, sort of little mini bowling bag there on the table, and a khaki ruche style bag there. More brown as well, so we've got this ribbed faux leather shoulder bag, $29.50. Thought that was quite a nice design, and another suede bag there. So this is a suede asymmetrical half moon type of bag, was £25. That again I think will be very popular if you want a smaller bag. It's the same sort of faux suede, the dark brown colour, as I said, £25. And some little backpacks there if you like those sort of things, you know, for work or going out with the grandkids or something. And I've seen that faux suede bag as well before. That's not a new item, and we've got a bigger version of the pleated one there. And then I spotted a really nice item. I saw that they've got the suede jacket in, very similar to what they had last year. This time it's in dark brown, and I thought, oh, that might look quite nice with the dark brown suede bag. That was £59, which I think is a really good price for that. Looked really nice, felt a nice faux suede material, but quite classy. I think it is lined. I think it does feel like a nice quality jacket for the price there. And then one other item I spotted just before we left, actually, the cream side stripe joggers. They were actually really nice. I wish I'd seen those for the summer because I might have purchased them, but it's a little bit late to be buying those now, I think. In the autumn they're going to get a little bit muddy, I think. I actually looked at these are actually a short, so I could have got them as sort of cropped jogging bottoms. Try-ons now. So I tried the blouse with the skirt, thought that looked quite nice. Skirt nice and flowy there. Little bit short, maybe it could have been a bit longer, wasn't sure if it looked a little bit frumpy, but it felt nice. The blouse was lovely but very see-through, so I'm not sure if a nude bra would be enough. Then the dress wasn't very nice, but you know, a little bit clingy in places. That drop waist, you know, if you've got a little bit of a menopause tummy there, it does sort of accentuate that a little bit, and could do with being V-neck really, I think, for anyone with a bit of a bust, but fitted nicely under the arms there. Nice flowy sort of textured material, stretchy, so quite a nice dress, but not necessarily on my figure. Then the faux suede jacket, oh, that was lovely. It's a little sort of slightly cropped boxy style jacket, not my best shape, but I did really like it. Felt lovely on, as I said, felt nice quality. So hope you've been enjoying the video so far. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Press the subscribe button, that would be really helpful. If you've been watching, you know, more than 3 or 4 of my videos, I'd be really grateful if you would subscribe. If you're totally new here, all right, you might want to give me a chance, you know, the next couple of weeks and have a look, but that would be really helpful if you could. Thank you. Now, what did I actually buy, if anything? Well, I actually bought 2 items. Now, the first item, you might not be surprised to hear, was the jacket, the faux suede jacket. It's absolutely beautiful. It's, as I said, very similar to the tan one they had last year. They've actually kept the price the same as well, which I think is even better. And it's the boxy shape, not necessarily my best shape for a jacket, but literally I regretted it all last year that I didn't get the tan one. So I thought I will get the brown one. However, I had already ordered it online before I went shopping, and you know, M&S, Royal Mail, it still hasn't arrived. So I'll show you the jacket next week, and I will definitely be using that to style up lots and lots of outfits for the autumn. I did buy in the shop, however, the bag. Now let me show it to you. It actually has got even better than when I first saw it, because I found out what other features it has. So this is the bag. I'll show you close up. Has this little buckle detail here, this adjustable strap. It does seem to fit really comfortably on my shoulders, but the length it is there. So lovely tote bag, nice and roomy. It has this clasp, I don't know if you can see that there, this popper shut there. However, it has this zip compartment inside, and guess what? I found out that you can actually take it out. So there's a couple of poppers that hold it in place, and what you have is this internal pocket which can actually be taken out fully. So you've got a big section here where you can actually lock away all your, you know, important personal things, and it does have another zip compartment inside. So we've got a zip compartment there, we've got the zip here, And then, as I said, it fits inside the bag with little poppers that hold it in place. So you can use it as a sort of empty tote bag if you're wanting to put larger items in it, or you can use this if you're using it more like a sort of handbag, shoulder bag type of thing. Put all your valuables in here, and then very secure because it pops into place inside the bag. So we've actually sort of got a 2-for-1 thing going on here, and you know the price. It was £39.50, but on my Sparks card they had 20% off bags, so I actually got it for £31. So that brown suede is going to be very on trend in the autumn. So I think it's one of those items that's definitely going to sell out. So I don't know if the offer's still on with the Sparks card, but if not, even £39.50, I think that's a brilliant price for that bag. I really actually like the feel of the faux suede there. It's a nice soft feeling faux suede. To me, actually, sometimes it looks better than real suede because it's a little bit less scruffy. Sometimes I feel real suede can look quite scruffy. So I'm really, really happy with this purchase. And as I said, I'm looking forward to showing you the jacket next week because I'm equally excited about that. And that's going to be 2 key pieces for going into the autumn. And this sort of slouchy, slightly slouchy style bag is going to be on trend rather than the very rigid fixed bags. So it ticks several boxes on the trend front. But get those items soon if you like them, because they will sell out. I actually spoke to the assistant in store, and she said with the tan jacket last year, they did a TikTok video and within a week it was sold out everywhere. So, I stupidly tried it on, if you remember, last year, and then I regretted not buying it. But actually for me, the dark brown is a better colour because I'm more of a sort of summer type colouring, summer to neutral sort of type colouring. The dark brown is a colour that I can wear because it's not too rich in terms of yellowy, rusty sort of tones. It's actually, quite a nice pure dark brown, actually sort of a fairly cool dark brown. So that's an ideal colour for me. I was a bit worried last year about the whole tan thing because if you're a summer colouring, tan isn't necessarily a good thing to have a lot of. Yes, you can wear tan bag, tan shoes, but the tan jacket probably wouldn't have suited my colouring quite as much. So I'm just really happy to have the dark brown one, hopefully on its way to me, and I'll show you next week. So I hope you've enjoyed the video today. A little bit shorter, but I didn't want to go into styling up too many autumn outfits yet when we're in the middle of a heat wave. So I think that's what I'm going to be going into next week. And I've got some exciting news next week. I'm doing my first promotion, so my first collaboration with a brand. So you might like to guess what that's going to be. But I hope you all have a good week, and I hope you enjoy the sunshine and don't get too hot. Temperatures are sort of up to 30 odd here, which is quite hot for the UK. Not as bad as on the continent though, where it's 40. But I hope you enjoy it anyway. And I really look forward to seeing you next week when we can look at possibly some more autumn trends coming in and trans-seasonal outfits. So thank you very much and goodbye.